Hello traders, welcome to my video. I'm Francesco from FreeFX. FreeFX is just the name of my YouTube channel. It's not a company, this is my own home. So I make these videos because I like to sort of keep a diary of my own kind of thoughts and things and to share them with everybody. It's as good as it gets really, that I'm not selling anything. And at the moment I'm just back to demo because I'm putting together some capital. I've applied to a few jobs as well. So this is the chart of the day. Basically, I've put together a couple of things. I'm going to just kind of switch this. So this is my demo account charts. You can see where I've kind of entered, etc. So what's happening is that I've added an actual trade. I had two trades on, USDMXN, which is the current chart there. And I put it on the hourly because you can see on the hourly quite well that the RSI is diverging. So we've got some negative divergence, or rather positive divergence. So the price is coming down and RSI is going up. So RSI is leading price kind of thing. So if we actually did sort of a trend line here, you can kind of see that from this point on, we've had a rising RSI there. And you've got that versus the falling price of the security. So that basically means that we've got a clear divergence there versus price. I'll just put this in case you skip to this point and you don't know what I'm talking about. I'll put a little downtrend there. Right, so you can see again, that's the divergence there. So we've got these two things going on, and basically we just have to be aware that there is clear divergence between these two aspects, and we've got to be just aware of that going on. Actually, I think we can make it a little bit bigger, can't we? Yeah, we can. So let's make it a little bigger so we can see that. All right. That's basically where we are. Just trying to keep things sweet. Any questions, just let me know your thoughts on that. You can see that I'm in drawdown, and it's quite a bit of drawdown actually. So I entered here because it was pulling back from these levels. I won't go into it again, but basically it's a kind of long-term chart view that these levels have been respected before as resistance from below, and now they're providing support. And this level more or less has kind of slightly been broken, but it's bounced off it here on the, what day was that, 23rd, so beginning of the week, and then we're starting again to bounce off it. You might say that these movements have happened before and we kind of come down every time, but RSI for the first time in a while is actually negating price. So anyway, that's the bottom line, is that if we look at it on the hourly in a bit more detail, you can see there's a fair degree of bounce again. All these attempts to escape this bottom have been attempted. So I'm just kind of keeping that open because it's working pretty well at the moment. The other one is this one, which is EURTRY. I entered here, that's the 4 hourly. I entered here, and the reason why I entered there, as you can see, we had that huge decline here on the news. There was a gap to the downside, and there was a news coming up that the new central bank governor in Turkey was going to raise rates, which he did, 4.75%, and basically that was before. When it actually happened, it didn't really do much for the bank, for the lira, sorry. So remember that EURTRY drops if the lira is going up. But as you can see, I basically bought here, and it's almost like buying on the dip. That is me out by, from here to the actual bottom, 1,700, let's call it 1,500 pips. So it's pretty close, considering it's like, this kind of correction was to this point where it bought was 11,380 pips, but from there to the actual bottom is like 12,800 pips. It's quite a healthy drop there, but essentially, and it happened quite quickly. So essentially, I'm now in profit by let me see, 2,310 pips. more or less. So that's a kind of a healthy little number. And I've also then entered another trade. I've been talking a lot about this, which is the divergence between price and oversold levels on Bitcoin. And sure enough, I mean, very, very lucky really with this, because I entered here with no expectation of making money. And now look at what happened. This I entered on the 24th, so Tuesday, and this is Thursday. So just basically kind of yesterday evening, this happened, this drop. Unexplained, just out of the blue, woke up this morning and found myself in the money. Again, 2,230 pips. Fantastic. Just very, very happy with that. So I've got 3 trades now. How do they correlate? So here's 2 of them. 2 assets. We've got BTC USD in orange, the close line there. As you can see, this drop there, and the other one is the US dollar Mexican peso on the candlesticks. And the correlation coefficient at the moment is measuring minus 0.9, so it's almost perfectly correlated in the negative, which is the inversion sort of narrative. So one goes up, one comes down. It's not always been the case, as you can see. Sometimes they've moved together in tandem, like here, for example, back in September, and then diverged again from there on, so going their separate paths. So essentially, if this continues for a little while, we're basically almost down to -1. I can continue selling BTC, Bitcoin, and buying Mexican peso. So is the correlation coefficient driving the indicator driving price? No. Essentially it's not, but essentially we can rest assured. If we look at the chart here, for example, this is a daily. Back in February, we've got again this movement down towards a perfectly kind of negative correlation, and as the Bitcoin comes down, price goes up in USD Mexican peso. It didn't actually go anywhere, so it's not a guarantee of trend. But at the moment, as it stands, that did sort of provide that. I've got other things on this which I've told you about already, so I'm not going to go over them. The RSI, Bitcoin is extremely overbought. It's like over 90 on the daily, and that. So it's quite a rare level to get over 90 and sustain it. So it's just a healthy correction, if you want to call it that. It could continue. It could not. I've got my target set somewhere quite low. I think I've got it set about here. I can't remember exactly where it is. I'm going to go and check because I can't remember where I've got it. I got it at get the daily actually to get to that. I got it set here. Yeah, so it's down here, which is above these highs. Essentially, it's just above this June high. So it's sort of, hopefully it'll hit that. It might not, but anyway, that's kind of where we are. For EURTRY, my target is set, get a daily again, at here. Limit is up at basically 10,000, sort of up there, just before that high in early November. And so if the trend traces back to its longs, then that will hit it comfortably. And for the USDMXN, my limit is at, I'm trying to remember what that is, because again it's quite high. I think my limit is at there. It's quite a generous limit, so a bit ambitious probably. But given the size of that trend, we are talking, I think it's 17,000 or something. Oh, 54,000 pips. So I'm merely wanting 54 to there. So it's like a third or something. Let me see. Yes, about 17,000. Yeah, so it's about a third of that move. It retraced from like 30% basically. So it might get there, it might not. It depends on what the ATR is doing. So that was just a quick update for you to say where I'm at with my trades. Basically, just to summarize, BTC USD in the money. USD Mexican peso in drawdown, but improving, and EURTRY in the money. So happy with that. So if you have sort of entered these trades, let me know what your thoughts are. That's kind of where I'm at for now, just out of honesty. So following up on my ideas. All right, take care. See you in my next video. Bye.